Matt Gaetz is in the news today. I wonder why. Matt Gaetz is in the news today. Matt Gaetz is in the news today. Matt Gaetz is in the fucking news. Now, I'm not saying that he deserved what he got. I'm not saying that this is forthcoming. But holy shit, how many Republicans do I need to see get caught up in shit before I'm just like, everything you say is projection. Like, you have no, anything you accuse Democrats of doing at a large voice, you're doing. They want to kill the American dream. No, Republicans do. We're at that point now. So Matt Gaetz tweets he tweets the caption, the synopsis of the article from the Washington Examiner. Oh man, the big right-wing pundit that we all know has lied in the past. Matt Gaetz possesses text messages, screenshots, and email, and a typed document that purportedly support his claims that a federal investigation into a relationship with a 17-year-old is related to an extortion scheme against him. Okay. For those of you who are unaware, that is a bad statement to make. Bad statement to make. That is a horrible statement to make. Do you want to know why that is a horrible statement? Are you one of those people who believes in the Republicans no matter what, and you're looking to be blue-pilled, even though that's fucking stupid? And one day we're going to have, you know what? After all of this is done, we're going to have a talk about the Matrix and how you guys you don't get the message about the red and blue pill. You don't get the context of what that scene was supposed to be about. The reason why this is a bad thing to say, the reason why this is a horrible thing to say, the reason why I keep repeating the reason is because I'm stressing to you the importance of the next sentence that's about to come out of my mouth. A federal investigation into his relationship with a 17-year-old is related to an extortion scheme against him. One, you're moving the blame so far away from yourself that it is almost implausible for you to have never brought this up before. And I'm going to invoke one of the stories I told you about on stream. Sometimes if you're coming in with prior baggage about a separate employee or a thing going on, you should speak about that to important people before you get yourself caught up again. Whatever, if that was valid. The other thing is that the extortion scheme, if it were a plausible theory, would not involve a new thing not related to anything of what they were already having on you to extort you out of things. If that were the case, why didn't the other things come out? Because they clearly didn't extort you. So what happened? The desperation is, I'd like, this is what I used to say about Trump and all the things he was saying about the deep state and all the shit that he had on him and the great Kraken and all these people who say, oh, we're going to show you the truth. We're going to show you the truth. They never do. They never do. He's going to use this and run with this so far and so long that he's going to hope it just disappears. And once these guys start getting hit with the jail cells, then everybody's going to be like, I never backed them. They're getting away with it now because we fresh into a new administration and they got reason to be angry and they got reasons to be able to talk all day, blase. But watch. You're going to see a lot of people jump ship. Enough people jump ship when Biden got elected, but now, they're going to jump ship. Matt Gaetz says he's a victim of criminal extortion after New York Times reports he's under investigation for possible sex trafficking. I can't. Oh, yeah, so then he tweets this. Over the past several weeks, my family and I have been victims of an organized criminal extortion involving a former DOJ official seeking $25 million while threatening to smear my name. We have been cooperating with federal authorities in this matter, and my father has even been wearing a wire at the FBI's direction to catch these criminals. The planted leak to the FBI tonight was intended to thwart that investigation. No part of these allegations against me are true, and the people pushing these lies are targets of the ongoing extortion investigation. I demand the DOJ immediately release the tapes made at their direction, which implicate their former colleague in crimes against me based on false allegations. Hey guys, Matt Gaetz' dad wears a wire all the time. Like, I gotta hit you with the light skin. Are you good, bro? You good? Because that's not a defense. Like, Matt, bro, there are like gangsters that exist in the United States. You can ask them for assistance. That's no good. That's bad. That's like, invoke the Fifth Amendment at this point, because you are literally giving more information than necessary. So your dad's an FBI informant, and don't say, oh, he only said it just so they could catch the criminals. He's wearing a wire and he's the father of a politician. I'm pretty sure we could get him in to do some other shit too. Oh my God, Matt, what are you doing, bro? That's bad news. That's horrid. That's bad news, brother. Brother, you're fucking the game up. You're fucking the game up. Sorry, man. Is my camera moving? It was just a little bit, wasn't it? That's bad news. That's such bad news. That's horrible. That's miserable. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Oh, man. Matt Gaetz is a putz. Oh, man. So he went on Tucker Carlson. And he was like, yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro.
Congressman, thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate it. So this is obviously a serious allegation. Tell us what the truth is from your perspective.
It is a horrible allegation, and it is a lie. The New York Times is running a story that I have traveled with a 17-year-old woman, and that is verifiably false. People can look at my travel records and see that that is not the case. What is happening is an extortion of me and my family involving a former Department of Justice official. On March 16th, my father got a text message demanding a meeting wherein a person demanded $25 million in exchange for making horrible sex trafficking allegations.
I'm sorry, but not only does he remind me of Jim Carrey in The Mask, but not only does he remind me of Jim Carrey in The Mask, but like, do you have this scripted on a teleprompter? Like, human beings that go on live television, like, I understand there's decorum and there's like a way to be interviewed, but like, wouldn't you be a little bit frazzled? Wouldn't you like not be so matter-of-factly about this?
Against me go away. Our family was so troubled by that, we went to the local FBI. And the FBI and the Department of Justice were so concerned about this attempted extortion of a member of Congress that they asked my dad to wear a wire, which he did with the former Department of Justice official. Tonight, I am demanding that the Department of Justice and the FBI release the audio recordings that were made under their supervision and at their direction, which will prove my innocence and that will show that these allegations aren't true. They're merely intended to try to bleed my family out of money.
Here's the problem with this. Can't both of these things be true at the same time? If I'm gonna like take this as a serious thing and not just hate on it for like whatever reason like I can find, can't you both like have this issue of traveling with an underage girl and be getting extorted? And maybe these two lines you shouldn't have crossed. Maybe you shouldn't have done things like that while being like under the threat of extortion.
Saying that Joe Biden would pardon me. Obviously, I don't need a pardon. I'm not seeking a pardon. I have not done anything improper or wrong. We're promising that Joe Biden would pardon me. Obviously, I don't need a pardon.
What are you talking about a pardon for?
Era of our politics. And I believe we are in an era of our politics now, Tucker, where people are smeared to try to take them out of the conversation. I'm not the only person on screen right now who's been falsely accused of a terrible sex act. You were accused of something that you did not do. And so you know what this feels like. You know the pain it can bring to your family. And you know how it just puts people on defense when you're accused of something so salacious and awful. But it did not happen. It is not true.
Wow, he just put his business out there like that.
An era of
Yo, notice how Tucker Carlson's face does not change in any of these clips. Like, he literally has the same two faces on it. Oh, my God. Yo, Tucker Carlson's face does not move.
We are in an era of our politics now, Tucker.
Oh, yeah, we watched that.
People are smeared to try to take them. This feels like possession of the American people will see what is the tapes that they are in going on.
You just referred to a mentally ill viewer who accused me of a sex crime 20 years ago, and of course it was not true. I never met the person. But I do agree with you that being accused falsely is one of the worst things that can happen, and you do see it a lot. Let's go back to the investigation. And I believe,
Jesus Christ, that was a mentally ill woman.
I only know what I've read in the New York Times. I can say that actually you and I went to dinner about 2 years ago. Your wife was there, and I brought a friend of mine. You'll remember her. And she was actually threatened by the FBI, told that if she wouldn't cop to the fact that somehow I was involved in some pay-for-play scheme, that she could face trouble. And so I do believe that there are people at the Department of Justice who are trying to smear me, providing for...
Did he just implicate him? Did he just say, like, you were there when, like, the FBI was tracking me?
For flights and hotel rooms for people that you're dating who are of legal age is not a crime. And I'm just troubled that the lack of any sort of legitimate investigation into me would then convert into this extortion attempt.
I don't remember the woman you're speaking of or the context at all, honestly, but
providing for flights and hotel rooms for people that you're dating who are of legal age is not a crime.
What the fuck?
And I'm just troubled that the lack of any sort of legitimate
legal age. Oh God, he's saying he thought she was 18. Oh, he's going there.
I really saw this as a deeply troubling challenge for my family on March 16th when people were, talking about a minor and that there were pictures of me with child prostitutes. That's obviously false. There will be no such pictures because no such thing happened. But really on March 16th was when this got going from the extortion standpoint.
You mean 2 weeks ago? What the fuck? Why would you bring up that that somebody said they have pictures of me? There's no such pictures. Like, why would you say projection? Why you're knocking down all the claims before they even come out? What are you doing?
Really, again, I really saw this as a deeply troubling challenge for my family on March 16th when people were, talking about a minor and that there were pictures of me with child when this got going from the extortion standpoint.
So what happens next? I mean, you can say there is this investigation, I guess a criminal investigation. I'm not quite sure where the sex trafficking part comes in. I don't, again, for the fifth time, I don't really understand this story very well. But where does it go from here? I mean, you've made an allegation against someone by name on the air and accused him of trying to extort millions of dollars from your family. What happens tomorrow?
Well, what was supposed to happen was the transfer of this money that would have implicated the former colleague of these current DOJ officials. But that's obviously not going to happen tomorrow because the New York Times story was leaked in order to quell that investigative effort. So here's what needs to happen next. The FBI and the Department of Justice must release the tapes that are in their possession that were done at their direction. Those tapes will show that I am innocent and that the whole concept of sex charges against me was really just a way to try to bleed my family out of money and probably smear my name because I am a well-known, outspoken conservative, and I guess that's out of style in a lot of parts of the country right now.
Matt Gaetz, I appreciate your coming on tonight.
Thanks for giving me the chance to tell the truth, Tucker. I appreciate it.
It's a more interesting and complicated story than I knew from reading about it. Thank you very much. Gaetz interview, that was one of the weirdest interviews I've ever conducted. That story just appeared in the news a couple of hours ago. And on the certainty that there's always more than you read in the newspaper, we immediately called Matt Gaetz and asked him to come on and tell us more, which, as you saw, he did. I don't think that clarified much, but it certainly showed this is a deeply interesting story, and we'll be following it. Don't quite understand it, but we'll bring you more when we find out.
Yeah, even he don't get it. I didn't travel with that girl, so you didn't travel with her? There was no raveling. Wait, are you saying travel or ravel? Exactly. Thanks for clearing this up. It's been very hard on Nestor and me. Oh my gosh, she doesn't exist. What will he say when the girl steps forward? I'm guessing he was going to be sued and they were going to settle whatever this is. Instead, it leaked out and his plan to settle didn't work. There we go. We only traveled horizontally, Tuck. She traveled to meet him, not with him. He denied an allegation that hadn't been made. Yo, he's just saying too much. Way too much. And then the foster kid thing is, I bet you he's going to be like, yo, the girl is actually Nestor's and he brought her over and I guess she's just mad at me or whatever. Yo, Matt Gaetz is a putz. Matt Gaetz is a putz. I was going to cover something that somebody left a comment like, where are the Democrats outraged about this? I'm like, they don't care. That's the Republican Party. Like, why would you want the Democrats to weigh in on this? I think we the people can do enough. But yeah. All right.